Okay, folks, so recently I did a video about Mr. Jamey Giddens, who was the head writer of season 8 of Sistas. He's actually going over to Beyond the Gates to write on that soap opera. But it turns out that the finale on Wednesday, according to his tweet, my work here is quite literally done. Tonight's episode marks the end of my time at Sisters. Immense thanks to Mr. Perry and Mark Swinton for the incredible opportunity, and congrats to the cast and crew for the season 9 renewal. So, yeah, he is leaving the Sisters writing crew. Now, I don't know. I'm going to take just a stab in the dark and say that since he was head writer and he's heading to other projects, maybe Tyler Perry came into the folks. I don't know anything. I don't know. This is just speculation. Maybe Tyler opted to come back and kind of get things on track. So it is quite possible. Perhaps he will be the quote unquote head writer for season 9 and work with the other 5 remaining writers. To my knowledge, a bunch of people sent me the Jamey tweet, but I don't believe any other writers of Sister season or 8 stated that they themselves were leaving as well. So I guess we can move forward under the assumption that Tyler came into the writer's room. Jamey went on to be, Jamey went on to Beyond the Gates, and they're going to move forward with what's the show has to offer. Now there were a lot of interesting responses to this, and I am not going to read them. You can go to Jamey's Twitter, and I believe he posted on Instagram as well. I'm not going to go to it. I'm not going to. Some people gave well wishes, other people did not. But let me just say, it's not an easy job to walk into a show that has well over 100 episodes, 6 seasons already established, and it's a tough crowd. I will leave it at that. But he did tweet something interesting prior to closing out the night, and a lot of people were sending me sending me this tweet as well. So basically, see, we did watch the earlier seasons, and I'm just like, I don't know. Now here's my thing. Here's my thing. I have said this. I have said this numerous times. If you watch my season 7 reviews, I said, hey, it really feels like these writers are recapturing the essence of season 1. With returning plot points we haven't heard about since season 1, recapturing the essence of the girls meeting up more often than not, because in season 1 they would like drop everything even in the middle of their workday to go meet up for lunch or whatever, versus the later seasons where they would just barely hang out at all, or at least all 4 of them together pre Fatima being added to the clique. But I think this was in reference to like that Tyler, and look, I'm not saying like this was a knock at me, but I mean that particular clip I recently shared that Tyler Perry mentioned during a interview during the 688 tour, in regards to like, if I hired writers, like if I was hired to write on a show that's already been long running, I would make sure I watched the episodes and got a grasp of the characters and whatnot. So that made a lot of people speculate like maybe the writers didn't do their due diligence. And honestly, I felt that way myself, because I had a lot of questions about like, hey, there are 6 writers, there were 6 seasons of the show, like how exactly that, and some of these people probably never saw Sisters to begin with. So it really is puzzling, because based off of how they wrote a lot of these characters, it truly felt like they did not understand the characters they were writing for. Hence why it really felt off-putting that Zach and Fatima were really screwed up, especially because they were the fan favorites. And no, I am not specifically talking about Zach is the father of one of Karen's babies. No. I'm talking about the characterization of a lot of these folks, especially like Andy. Yeah, Fatima's been Andy's protector for a while, but I don't think I've ever seen Andy this pitiful before. Danny in season 7, phenomenal. Danny in season 8, good lord. But I think it's, and this is just my take on it, and I'm not saying this to bash him, but if the new writers truly watched all 6 seasons, yet they still produce seasons that did not feel like what the show was. Basically, hey, we watched all 6 seasons, but we sat through 2 seasons and we didn't know who the hell these characters were. That leads me to believe that you may have watched the show, but you didn't comprehend what you were watching. And like I said, that's not a sneak diss. That isn't meant to be a negative jab, but I'm just saying as a fan, not as a commentator, not as a person who dissects everything, but literally everybody's asking the same thing. Like, I don't like, why is Zach staying home dad? Why is he this, goofy and all? Like, it's almost like any sort of development he had, which is a lot of development, went right through the window of how blatantly disrespectful he is about his relationship with Fatima and her feelings, especially concerning the, hey, baby dad, baby mama situation and whatnot. So I don't know. I just feel like I feel like they paid attention in season 1. But the problem is, it's like they took the season 1 personas of these characters and inserted them into season 7 and 8. And that's not good. That's really not good. So, but like I say, hey, in all seriousness, I do wish Jamey well. And look, Beyond the Gates is myself and a lot of other people's favorite soap right now. So we hope you do it its justice. And like I said, while Sistas may have been a car crash of a shift in terms of the new writers, Jamey does know what he's doing on these soap operas. Like I said, if you watched Ambitions on the OWN network, the dude can cook. So maybe Sisters was a flop, but the bro knows what he's doing on legit daytime soap. So I'm not worried about what he's bringing to the table for Beyond the Gates. But Sisters, so there you go. But hey, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Jamey's departure. Do you think things will be shaken up if Tyler did come back into the writer's room? And what changes do you think should take place before we get to season 9? But hey, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.